Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, the Versace Stoner, alongside
with the Servo.
And we are cruising for a Brusin.
I am all hyped up for this one today.
Are you? I mean, this is one of the toughest in the game we're going to run into today. One of the best, most outspoken, undefeated champions that you've ever witnessed.
This guy has some Floyd Mayweather, Goldberg, and John Cena type vibes all in one.
Oh my God, he's a superstar. He's got Superman vibes. Never mind all the people you said. He's Superman times Gaston times like John Cena. Okay, and then you got the guy
times
that's coming
all
on
your
the show.
Favorite sitcom dads.
Oh, those guys, yeah. But I mean, I'm telling you, this is probably the biggest guest we've had ever on the VSW. Very excited for it. Can't wait for it.
Absolutely.
I'm cracking open a drink. It's hot. I got the smoke on the boat. You know, what a night.
I fell asleep on some of our pit stops, Versace.
Yep, there was a few of the times you fell asleep, plus that knick-knack store. I don't know what kind of junk you bought in there, glass, house, stained glass, whatever shit it was. I was out there talking with Dick Lane. I was out there talking with these guys. You were off doing whatever, but that's okay. You know, we hold no grudges here. There's been plenty of times where I've had to take a nap and you've taken the wheel.
It is very hard being a passionate Boston sports fan and wrestling fan like myself, Versace.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you got for sports right now to watch? There's nothing going on, is there?
The All-Star game that just happened.
The All-Star game, what does that matter? It doesn't even count.
Exactly. Well, they did take away that rule that the winning conference gets home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. That's like you might as well have the best of WrestleMania after WrestleMania. Just, you know, the people that didn't win, they can wrestle again and see who wins out of those guys. It's a second place choice for losers. You know they're not most like the Super Bowl. They don't go to the All-Star game for the Super Bowl, whatever that is. They just play. You never see the winning team go. They always decline.
They kind of have no choice now with the new rules in play from 5 years ago. But anyways,
that's your thing. You love the sports. I like the football, though. I don't get me wrong. I like to watch the guys beat the hell out of each other on the field, and the hockey, too. When they're up against the glass, there's nothing better, especially being there live. You can see their face smashed up against the glass. Nothing like it in the world. Nothing like it next to being ringside, that is.
Absolutely, Versace. I cannot wait for this guy.
I can't. And speaking of surprises, did you catch that Money in the Bank last night?
Yes, I sure did, Versace.
What'd you think about John Cena's return?
I think, well, Cena's return, he's going to lose. That's a problem.
Of course he's going to lose. I mean, look how old he is. He hasn't wrestled in how long. He's going against Roman Reigns, one of the best in the business right now.
He's the best heel they've had in years.
Oh, yeah. They built him up beautifully since his comeback. I think it was last SummerSlam. At the end, he came back, was it?
Yeah, he beat up The Fiend and Braun Strowman.
Yep, and then he won the title at, I want to say, Payback. I think.
Here it is, Versace.
Here is our guest.
Hello.
What's up?
Did you hang up on him?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Tough Talk Tony Spencer, is that you?
That's me.
Finally, we were waiting to get you on the phone. We've been driving all day. It's been one hell of a ride. How are you doing today?
Well, like every other single freaking day in my life, I'm doing much better than everyone else.
That's good to hear. You know, I always like to see people doing good things. You know, you're holding 2 belts across your waist.
Absolutely.
Are you still with us there, Tony?
I'm still here. I think it's a little touch and go here because I hope we don't lose the call again.
Oh no, we shouldn't. We got like 6 bars where we are. I don't know. I know you're up in where? Way up in the deep mountains of New Hampshire.
That's right, man. I mean, that's where I got to be to maintain that Granite State Championship. You know,
it's kind of funny. All the big champions move out to nowhere. You got you. Lesnar moved out to the middle of nowhere. Is it like a common thing that champions do?
I think that when you possess as much greatness as some champions, you really just need to have space to yourself. You know what I mean? You can't mix yourself in with undesirable people who may be of lower quality intelligence or might be a little bit, well, I think the nice way to say it is ugly. And you really just don't want to mix in with those people. You want to make sure that you give yourself your own space to kind of reflect on your own sense of greatness and your own sense of genius.
I kind of like that idea. It is kind of like your own safe haven, and you don't have to deal with all the outside bullshit, which means you can actually focus on winning. I think a lot of people get caught up with the lifestyle, but they don't put it. And it doesn't mean anything. They don't put the work in. They lose their match. They're champion for a day. I mean, you've held on to these titles for quite a while now. At Proving Ground, Elkmania, wherever else you've wrestled, you've done great with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you're right. I have, and I intend to keep doing the very best job possible. And because I'm definitely not a fly-by-night champion. I am a consistent champion, and people are just gonna have to get used to it.
You really are. Like I said, I personally, I will tell you, Tony, I am actually a fan of yours. I know a lot of people are not. I hear what the people say when I come to the shows. I'm not one of those people that chant that. I don't. I actually own a few of your shirts, except the one that says you suck. I own them all. I think you're actually a pretty good wrestler. The first time I caught you, you were actually in a title match at OCW.
Oh, yeah, against Caleb Manson there.
Yeah, it was right before the world shut down. And, you gave a good try. But I think the guy cheated or something, if I remember correctly, and you ended up losing the bout. But, from that on...
let me just make it perfectly clear. I definitely, I may have eaten a bad tuna sub earlier in the day. And that kind of threw me off my game a little bit. Because, I was on top of the kid, for most of the match. And then something turned in my stomach, man, and it just...
It just hit at the wrong moment.
Yeah, I mean, when you know what it's like when you consume something that you shouldn't have. And then all of a sudden, all you can think about is, oh, my God, I am in so much pain.
Oh, yeah. And then, you got to just do what you got to do. And you kind of just lose focus on it.
Just like the tire.
Yeah, Caleb Manson can go ahead and think that he has a pinfall victory over Tony Spencer when he really just has a pinfall victory over a bad tuna sub.
Speaking of bad tuna subs and bad stomachs, I was just reminded recently on one of our last pit stops of another title that you held, and that was the TWO title.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Turds of Wrestling Championship that you held. Yes. Oh, yes. When we talked to Richard Lane, he reminded me that you were also the Turds of Wrestling Champion.
Oh, yeah. And I started the Turd Bowel Odor. I remember that now.
Yep. You were actually reigning in only champion of that while it lasted.
Well, I actually had a Turd Bowel Odor t-shirt made, and I think I have the only one because no one else bought them.
I have the only Cheesy McCheesy, whatever that one is, if that makes you feel any
it's not easy to be McCheesy.
Yep. When you trolled everybody thinking that you were Mayor McCheese yourself. A lot of people fell for it.
I think only Jake the Drifter thought I was Mayor McCheese. I think everyone pretty much knows that I'm not Mayor McCheese.
They do now, but you'd be surprised on the chatter that I heard when it was going on. It was between you and Dan Terry for quite some time.
I don't think Dan Terry has that kind of time. I mean, you see what he's up to painting Legos and stuff.
Yeah, I know, and I don't think he has that type of knowledge. Honestly, we will probably never know the genius behind McCheese. Unfortunately, he seemed to go off the radar. But you did make the great, lovely artwork for that T-shirt. I did end up buying it, And it is now a collector's item. I mean, there's only one of one. I mean, that's rare.
But that's the thing, good sir. Things are only collector's items when people want to buy them.
They are, and I've already gotten 2 people from India that want a Mayor McCheese shirt, one of one.
And those people love the VSW.
They do. That's actually one of our second highest demographics is India. We have such a huge following there.
Dude, I want to go to India. Can I go to India?
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down.
I just fixed our tires, so we're okay, Versace.
We have to cross water, though. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for India, yeah.
Yeah, we might have to take a boat or a plane or something.
I just got so excited when Tony called and I had to check on the tire and I got it fixed. The Wolf did something right for once.
You did it. You got it right. We're back and moving, and that's always good. I get nervous on the highway with him sometimes, especially when I fall asleep. So let me ask you, Tony, somebody as you and your greatness, how did it affect you when the world shut down and you couldn't do anything?
I mean, I think like a lot of other people during the global shutdown, I really just kind of refocused my efforts into studying the craft of professional wrestling. And, as the wrestling was presented in a medium that it's never been presented before, that is, empty arena or eventually, the digital fans tuning in via video camera. I think it really showed us a lot about how important it is to have folks there to give the wrestlers a sense of that bond that they have with the people that they're wrestling in front of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I mean, and that's in all honesty, that's the difference. One of the major differences between watching, WWE or AEW or going to an indie show is that bond that you do get and you do make that connection with, whether it's the person you're booing, whether the person you're cheering. They always somehow notice you somewhere, even if you're in the furthest fan in the back, you're somehow part of that show when you're there.
Right, exactly.
And I think, yeah, you're right. It did show us. I mean, yes, wrestling can happen without fans. It did. It happened in a multitude of different promotions. But I mean, like you said, as far as the mental awareness of the wrestler, I think it does play a big difference in how well people perform. I mean, and how well even they can play their, who they want to be. I've seen people, struggling because they're not in front of people to cheer or boo them.
Right.
But I am glad now, things are returning. We just got actually tickets for Proving Ground just went on sale today. That should be a great show.
Yep, I've been emailing that link out left and right, to everyone in the past 2 years who's been like, when are you going? When are you gonna have shows again? When are you gonna have shows again? When are you gonna have shows again? And I'm like, well, pal, it's time to put your money where your mouth is and buy an entire front row seat of tickets. And then someone was like,
yeah,
tickets are $25. I'm like, dude, everything is more expensive post-pandemic. Just fork over your cash.
Yeah, people are looking at the $25. I'm looking at those $65 ones. You get a nice toy with it, a package. You get a whole deal with that VIP stuff. Somebody brings you drinks. I don't know. Here at the VSW, if I only go big or go home, But I get it. Some people on a budget get the $25 ticket. You're in the house. You get to see the show. You can have a good time. And you know what? Honestly, Todd puts on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely, he does.
Proving Ground is.
And I think that the people are going to be very happy when the Proving Ground, but more specifically, Tough Talk Tony Spencer, returns to his old stomping ground of Peabody, Massachusetts. And I understand that the venue itself is also pretty incredible. It's a place called the Black Box Theater, and I know it's been used for different performing arts kind of things and events and parties, but this will be the first time that they're going to have a wrestling show in those four walls over at the Black Box Theater. So I'm kind of excited, because I'm used to American Legion halls and fairgrounds and middle schools, so I don't really have experience performing in a theater.
That's hard to believe.
Because where we usually are is not made for acoustics. It's not made for this kind of event. And I think it'll come off very interesting.
It will.
I mean, even if you think of the things that Sully Banger used to do down in Rhode Island, I forget what it's called now, but they were in more of a theater setting, and it gave the product a very different feel, a very different sound. So I'm interested to see how the venue itself impacts the overall product.
It does, and actually, venue does play a big difference. I mean, I've been starting to watch, I don't know if you ever heard of a company, it's called No Peace Underground. They fight in a very unique setting. It's on a stage. There's not even a ring. And it gives a whole different feel to the show. And, it'll be really interesting to see how this set up because, like I said, there is 2 tiers of tickets. Actually, there's 3 tiers of tickets. There is those VIP ones, but then there's also front row ones. See, the VIP on front row seats, you're sitting on the catwalk above on the second level. So you get to see the whole house. So it's going to be very interesting venue. I really am actually excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's on SummerSlam Day. That's even better. I mean, that's like wrestling heaven.
It's on SummerSlam Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
SummerSlam's on Saturday this year.
Hard to believe.
Oh, okay. SummerSlam. Okay. Thank God. I thought I made a mistake in my calendar.
Oh, no.
You didn't.
And for all intents and purposes, there was a big announcement last night, I think, of a return for SummerSlam. Maybe we'll see a big return for you in Proving Ground. Maybe John Cena returns. Maybe.
Well, I mean, you never say never.
And that's what I like to hear,
Especially in the wrestling world, as Roman Reigns is the top dog now. I think Cena's just coming to lose.
Well, I mean, that remains to be seen. You never know. In order for him to be a credible challenger, I think they're going to give him a little bit more than just come in, lose to Roman Reigns, go home.
Yeah, it's not a Goldberg match.
At least it'll be a good match.
Oh, I mean, yes. I'm going to tell you this. As much time Cena has taken, he can still wrestle. He hasn't forgot how to do anything. He's still a great worker. He might be a part-time wrestler, but he's a little bit different than the other part-timers you're used to. Cena is wrestling. He knows what he's doing. But, he'll give a good show, and I'm excited. But I did like your first match with him and PG. Todd has showed it to me several times. Always great time to watch it. It was a great matchup. And, but let me ask you, so, you mentioned, some people. What got you into this, wrestling? What made you want to be, a wrestler?
Okay, well, I don't know if you saw my appearance on Leo Connor's, which is okay because, it's only the highest rated episode of The Ring and All Other Sports, that fantastic show by Leo Connors. You can catch it on YouTube. But my father was actually a wrestler.
Really?
And it was the parentage, really, that really got me there. I really can't, I revealed it on Leo's show, but I'm trying to keep my dad's name out of it.
No, that's
because
fair
he
enough.
was a rather famous professional wrestler. So I don't want people to think that I'm trying to benefit off his name. But he was a very influential wrestler. And, after a while, it was just in my blood. I realized I was smarter than everyone else. I was faster than everyone else. I could outthink everyone else. I could out-wrestle everyone else. And it just sprang from there. I could deny it. You can't deny natural talent. You can't deny a natural sense for what pro wrestling is. And I have it. And a lot of people don't. A A lot of people don't. A lot of people look good. You know, they have good bodies. They can put on their baby oil and their abs ripple, or, you know, if they're a chick, you know, they get them big tatas. You know, they can swivel their hips and make it look good in the ring. But I'm not about that. I mean, I look good, don't get me wrong, but I am substance. I am the substance of professional wrestling. And that's why you line these people up, as they've been doing in the Bay State Open Challenge that I've been, you know, conquering one after the other. They line these people up, and every single time I see right through them, I maneuver myself around their strengths, I exploit their weaknesses, and after the bell rings, I'm still the champion. Does that make sense to you? Do you understand
here's the thing,
gravity
Tony,
of what I just relayed to you? Okay? They come in expecting to get the better of me, and they never do. Period.
Well, you're a world champion. You represent not one state, not two, but 3 states as their champion. That should be on ESPN. This is Floyd Mayweather style.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to be compared to a gentleman the caliber of Floyd Mayweather, but
I told you, Tony, this kid, he's been petitioning with the New Hampshire Commission to go and change that old monument that fell down on the man in the mountain and put your face up there, because you are the Granite State champion. You do represent that state. This kid's all about it. He's not only got the mind for it, he's got the money behind it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, whether it be man, woman, or wildlife, they don't stand a chance against me, period.
Even
and
man, bear,
I repeat
pig.
again, man, woman, or wildlife. And the fact of the matter is once you've been in the ring with me or seen what I do in the ring, then it becomes clear to you that the only word to describe me is indescribable.
That's fair enough to say. And let me ask you this, Tony. So now that you've beaten all these people they've thrown against you, is there anybody that you have in mind that you want to beat, you know, for your own record, for your own self-pleasure?
Well, I mean, you know, it's always business before pleasure. So I try to never get my personal feelings involved with what I do in wrestling. But there are a few people I'd like to knock off my list. A few people I think that I could have great matches with. Of course, as a result of me. Number one up there is Bobby Orlando. I think Bobby Orlando and his GOAT.
Do you love the GOAT as well? Are you in love with the GOAT as well, like Love Doug is?
He has custody of him.
No, I'm not terribly in love with the GOAT.
Okay, just wanted.
But I also think that another person that I could teach a thing or two to is none other than the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
I would love to see that matchup. You know, I've actually been... It's funny you mentioned her name. I've been trying to push that match as a challenger for you for many months. I think that would be a great challenge. You know, you got the All-American hero, Tony Spencer, against the Russian Dynamite.
She's like
Masha
a Russian
Slamovich.
anti-hero.
No, she's worse than that. She's worse than Nikolai. She's tougher than Nikolai Volkov. She would have made him cry. You know, I've seen her crush men under her fingers, and, you know, I think someone like that against, you know, the great Tony Spencer would be like, you know, one of those crazy clashes like WrestleMania 5 when the Mega Powers exploded.
Well, I'll tell you a match that would definitely explode. Tough Talk Tony Spencer versus the masshole Mike McAfee.
You know what? That would. I like that matchup.
Because let me tell you about my actual dream match, okay?
Yeah.
Now, granted, I just threw 3 opponents out there at you, and they're all fine and well and competent professional wrestlers who excel at professionally wrestling.
Yeah.
But the number one match that needs to happen before I'm dead in the cold, cold ground is an Irish Spring death match. Tough Talk Tony Spencer versus, are you ready for it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Swoggle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The heir to the McMahon family himself.
And you got special ring of master Sidney Bacabella.
Someone booked that match. Somebody got to do it. I'll do it from my backyard. Jesus, that would be a great 40th. That would be a great 40th birthday present for myself. I'll just book you guys.
I'm not wrestling in anybody's backyard, guy.
You've never seen my backyard. It's like my backyard's like Disney World. I got 3 pools and a jacuzzi. People come over here and pay me to sit here and just to take pictures for social media. It's insanity around here, Tony. You don't understand the life of the
I got my own man cave for
That's
Boston
okay.
Sports.
You do. I let you have your own room for your sports crap. It's great. It's great. I love good things. But you know what? I think that match should happen. That would be a great matchup between you two. And, you know, I think the chemistry's all there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and hopefully at one point or another, someone will see the merit and the value in that particular matchup, and will get it done.
Oh, there's plenty of people out there that could, and I'm sure, like you said, it's just letting the right ears or viewers, you know, watch it. But after this is aired, don't worry, I'm pretty sure everybody will hear it.
Especially, he's the kind of guy, if sitcom TV dads could wrestle as good as Tony Spencer, he'd be all noticed. That's what we need.
Well, I mean, yes, but also this trip has taken us from Kansas City all the way to the cold Canadian country.
Oh, boy, that made me so nervous for Sachi.
You kidding me? You barely got past there. You're not even vaccinated. They wouldn't even let you through. It was a shit show. It's so cold. You didn't even bring a jacket. You thought it's summertime. But anyways, I don't want to talk about that. I'm just saying a lot of people, a lot of eyes and ears are on this Crusin for a Brusin. So that's why we wanted you on here. Because you know what? You're the kind of person that needs eyes and ears on you. You're big, but you can be bigger if people are watching you.
Hello?
Yeah, we're talking to you.
I'll just, you cut out for a second. I want to make sure I didn't lose the call.
Oh, no. We were just telling you about how we've been traveling from Canada. And, you know, this is a lot of people watching this show. And, you know, we know that, and that's why we wanted you on here, because someone of your magnitude deserves the eyes and ears that are going to be listening and watching this show.
And that's exactly the thing. I mean, if you're gonna bring in the big numbers, you got to bring in the big guests.
Exactly, and there's nobody bigger right now in the game than Tough Talk Tony Spencer. You know, we're just about out of time on this ride. I got to get gas. I got to get something to eat. But you know what, Disabled? I'm going to hand it over to you right now.
All right, Versace. All right, Tough Talk. Are you ready for this question I've been asking every guest so far?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Tough Talk Tony Spencer. Why should you, out of everyone booked on our ride on this card, be the winner of our accolade added to your already great resume of the Crusin for a Brusin inaugural champ and the winner of the grand prize? Why should it be you out of all the wrestlers on the card? Why do you stand out?
Well, I think the first thing that you're going to realize is that I'm not your run-of-the-mill, slack-jawed, beefcake, pea-brain, body guy, tanning salon, protein egg whites, tuna fish, protein shake, ding-dong, right? I am a fully formed, adult, mature male who commands respect and the distinction of being an honored guest everywhere he goes. So that's number one. Number two, I understand professional wrestling like no one else on the entire planet understands professional wrestling. I know the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the backs and forths. I know it all. And I will never stand here and tell you that I'm the absolute expert on pro wrestling, because once you start looking into what I do, how I do it, how I conduct myself, how I win my matches, how I get my opponents into a false sense of security that immediately drag them back down to the depths from whence they came, you will understand exactly that I am an expert in pro wrestling. It's just that simple. And I give you a third point But to be honest with you, I don't think you deserve it. I don't think anyone in the world needs any more justification about my abilities and my worthiness as a wrestler and for whatever cockamamie honors that you've drummed up. Of course I deserve them. Of course I do. Because I just gave you my qualifications. And the fact that I can't remember what the heck you're willing to award me for those qualifications is a testament to my greatness being so overwhelming, it even affects my own memory. So that's exactly why I'm the perfect candidate for your ridiculous accolades and whatever sort of prizes you've dreamed up. Because I am exactly who I say I am. I'm Tough Talk, Tony Spencer.
Well, this isn't a job interview, though.
What a great answer, though. I think that's probably the best. I'm voting for Tough Talk in this game. He's getting my vote. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate it. Have yourself a great day and whatever else you're going to do for it, and you're basking your own glory or whatever it is that champions do.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, just making sure you're still there. I got a little bit of a fuzz.
Oh,
Maybe
no, I was just thanking you. I was saying we're just about out of time now, and I really do thank you for coming on the show. And, you know, now you can go return to basking in your glory, whatever else champions do.
All right, I will get right on that. Of course, as always, the pleasure was all mine. And you go ahead and have the best night of your lives.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
All right, take care, folks.
Wow, that was an answer to Saberwolf like no other could give. I don't know. We got some tough competition on this road. I don't know who's gonna win. It is up in arms. We still got a few more stops. My God, what a day in professional sports. My God, what a day in podcast history this has become. What a day. Everybody, thank you. We got to get some more gas. I got to get some.
And I just fixed the damn tire, Versace.
You did a good job for once. But I'm still hungry, damn it.
Oh, yeah, let's go get some grub, shall we?
Shall we? Versace Stoner out.
Disable out.